Good morning, yogis and yoginis, Instagram, Facebook, and here in the studio. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. As I said to the people here, don't wait for me to say come out of a pose or take a rest. Don't wait for me for water, and always modify to your needs. I am Nissa, and we're going to start our practice by sitting up. I see the people here are ready. So have a great practice, you guys. So come to comfortable position. Usually it's crisscross applesauce. That's how I call it. I have enough kids. And just open yourself to a comfortable position. Close your eyes and think about being comfortable. So you might adjust a little bit. Maybe lower the shoulders, maybe release tension in your mouth and tongue. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Soften your belly and let the flow of air be flowy. On your inhale, enlarge the belly, and on your exhale, push the air out more than you do usually. Inhale and exhale. A few more times. On your own terms and rhythm. And bit by bit, open your rib cage as well. Opening the chest and then exhaling. And let's take everybody all together a big breath in. And let it go through your nose. One more time. Big breath in. And let it out through your nose. On your next exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Then round your back, letting your spine round all the way it can at this point. You can hold your knees with your hands. One breath here. And then let your crown of your head lead the way forward to the mat, as if praying, humbling down. Then open your chin up, look straight ahead, and come up. And again, round your back, lean forward with your breath, open your chin, and come up. One more time, round your back like a roly-poly as far as you can. And move forward, open your chin, and come on up. Lift your Hands to the skies, roll your shoulders down, and start bending from side to side. The challenge here is to start engaging your core. We don't want to harm the lower back bending to the sides, so tuck your tailbone in just a tiny bit and engage the core. On the next time you're on the left side, lower your hand to the mat. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend lower, but only where it's comfortable. Come on back up. Take it to the other side. Hand to the mat. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lower. Take the time to actually bend the spine and not the hands. And you know what? I see you, so straighten the legs in front of you. Just straighten them. Now, if you can't stretch all of them, like all of them, the whole leg, you can always have a micro bend. Beautiful modification. And walk your hands forward to where you can. And then walk back, straightening the back. Go deeper this time. Release the head. Go back. This time, walking the hands behind you to a kickstand. Push the mat away. So I'm not here, right? My shoulders are here. And again, walk forward. Go deeper this time. And walk back all the way to a kickstand. Your hands are kickstanding. Then bend the legs like so. Kick the hands into the mat and lift the bum, technical term. Tuck the tailbone in and stay here for 1, 2, 3. Push the bum to your legs. Keep on engaging the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, and all the way back. Even straightening the legs. 1, 2, 3. Come back to center. Twist to the left. Hand can go over your thigh. Take it to the center and twist it to the right. Come back to the same position, which is a little bit like reverse table. Set it up again. Tuck your tailbone in, lift it up. Shoulders engaged, this time coming all the way up. And you're engaging your glutes doing that. Your head can fall back or stay up. It depends on you. You push through your heels. Try not to open your knees. One more breath here. And let's do that trick of hovering again. Hover, tucking the tailbone in. 1, 2, 3. Push through the shoulders. Come forward. 1, 2, 3. Come back, even straightening the legs. 1, 2, 3. Release. Circle your wrists. So that's another way of activating the core. Just pushing it from the back, because the core goes around you, right? It's not only the belly. Magnetic wrists, so as if you have a magnetic band around your wrist, and they just turn around. And switch directions as much as you want. I like to keep them back to back, my back of my hands, and then bring them to my chest, lower shoulders and elbows. This is a really beautiful stretch to the inside of your hands. If you're on your computer all day, this is gold. And then shake, 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 shake. And if you're seated like me or not, bend your legs to a comfortable position, walk the hands forward. And before coming to table, we're going to come to table. Please release your head in between your hands. Open the lax muscles. You do that by protracting the shoulder blades. So make your back really, really broad. Just open them. Sometimes I like to imagine as if I have an orange in my armpit and I'm trying to round my shoulder blades around it. And release the head. One more breath. Release all tension. Walk the hands just a tiny bit back. Lift your bum, push yourself forward. Voila, table. So table proper, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Push forward over your wrist, testing the waters of the wrist. And push back to child pose, your choice. Knees open or closed. One more time, come on up over your wrists. Just testing the water, maybe swaying from side to side sometimes. That will pronounce something you need to take care of. And then all the way back to child's pose, just for a breath. And on your way up, open your knees and circle the hips. Doesn't matter which direction, we're going to do the other direction as well. Some people don't like to open the knees, that's okay. Some people like to go all the way around, and some people like small circles. It depends on how open your body is in the morning. And switch direction. Again, you can even push your hands a little bit forward and let your hips come all the way down to the mat while forward, or coming all the way down to child's pose on the way back. Explore the needs of your body and answer them. And at some point come again to table proper, some cows and cats to release tension of the spine. Roll those shoulders in cat and then out in cow. Try to connect to the grooviness of your breath. And then come to stillness. Once you are in table proper, take a breath. Tuck your toes under and lift your knees to a hover. Tuck your toes, tuck your tailbone, tuck your belly. Everything is tucked. Hope your mind is tucked as well. And then push those hips up first and back. And you do that by pushing the mat away with your hands, opening the fingers. My knees are completely bent. And if you can grab a visual, it would be beautiful, because this is not downward dog, okay? This is where you hurt your wrists and your shoulders. Up, hips up, and back. So your head is naturally in between your hands. Then you roll the shoulders away from your ears, and you pedal your heels, walking the dog. Straightening one leg at a time, stretching the hamstrings. But the whole time, you're opening your back. That's the intention of the pose. So try to bring your belly to your thighs as much as possible without losing that integrity of rolling the shoulders back. Say yes and no while walking the dog so your neck is free, and breathe. And at some point, release movement and come to stillness. Maybe lowering the heels to the ground, maybe knees are bent. Listen to your body. Then look forward in between your hands. Bend your knees plenty. Don't jump or walk yet. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk to meet your hands to a forward fold. Fire up the quads, right? Bend the knees plenty. Release the upper body on top of your thighs. So here you can crunch the shoulders. Here you can let go of your head. Some people like to hold opposite elbows to ragdoll. Always an option. It gives you a little bit more of a weight. On your inhale, push those hips up a little bit, straightening only a tiny bit of the bending of the knees. And then on your exhale, let gravity hold your head a little bit more, pulling it down. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your thighs slowly as can be, and then rise up. I like to rise up, tuck my tailbone in, push those hips forward a little bit. That sets up the spine to the correct place you want to be. So people at home, people here, this is what I do. I'm not here, I'm here. So that opens up my chest. It's a natural occurrence. If I'm here, I'm gonna have problems with my shoulders. If I'm here, it just happens. Open the hands to the future. Roll those shoulders a few times to each direction and breathe. And another thing to pay attention here is obviously grounding through the feet, but don't flare your rib cage. Pull it in and then open the chest. So this core is one monoblock of strength, like a mountain. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, push your hips back, not the knees forward. Forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins. Halfway lift. Again, engage the core, tuck the tailbone in, roll the shoulders back. One breath here. Exhale, bend the knees plenty, bring the hands to the mat, and shoot those legs to plank. So plank as table, wrists under the shoulders. You tuck your tailbone in, you engage your glutes. If plank is not in your practice, lower your knees and breathe. Now push the mat away. It's such a beautiful engagement of the shoulders here. On your next inhale, lower your knees, and on your next exhale, bring yourself down slowly to the mat. So transition is a pose, make it count. Untuck your toes, leave the hands next to your body. Engage shoelace side of your feet into the mat, engage the glutes. So your knees are actually hovering. And then roll the shoulders down, inhale while I'm talking. And on your exhale, come to baby cobra. You can either look forward or down. One more breath. And release. Push to table. Push to child's pose. One breath here. And push back to table. In table, tuck your toes under. And downward dog. Once again, hips up and back. If you need, walk the dog. If not, stay still. On your next inhale, bend your knees plenty. Look forward and stay. Roll those shoulders back. You're a cat about to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And maybe jump to meet your hands. Forward fold. If you need a little bit more here, Straighten your knees. Bring your hands behind your legs. Wherever you grab is fine. And then pull down. So you're actively helping gravity. Micro bend the knees always. Even if I say straighten the knees, you don't lock them, okay? On your inhale, pull. On your exhale, push those hips a little bit higher. And release, bend the knees, release the hands. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands all the way up. Rising to Tadasana again, tucking the tailbone in. Hands to heart center. One breath here. Bend from the hips, push the hips back, and stay in high chair. And I like to stay in high chair first, because this is where you set up your chair. So if you see, my toes can wiggle, and I see them. So that's first. Second, I'm tucking my tailbone in and pushing the shoulders back. One more breath. And release to forward fold, bending more at the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Engage the core. Exhale, hands to the mat, and this time maybe jump to plank or walk, your choice. Tuck tailbone in, engage glutes. Lower your knees if you need to. Push the mat away, engage the underlying muscles of your shoulder blades. So when you roll the shoulders back and push, that's where the magic is for your back. Chaturanga Dandasana is next. You can either do that or baby cobra as we did before. Push with your toes forward over your wrists, then 90 degrees down. Your elbows are bent 90 degrees, halfway down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, push to downward dog. Such a powerful sequence. Not a lot going on, but a lot going on. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Try to keep your hips square. To the ground, I mean. Bend your leg to your chest, not to open the hip, not yet. Then lift the back heel. Push yourself over your wrists and hold it here. So round your back. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Adjust so your feet are hip distance apart. And then come to high lunge. My body is forward leaning, but I'm engaging the core, hovering over my right thigh. Open the hands to the ground. Back leg super active. Inhale, exhale. Look to the top of your mat. Then bend a little bit lower, just a tiny bit, pushing the back heel down. And come up. So push only the heel, the back heel, the left heel, down, bending a little bit at the knee, and come up. Micro movement, one more. Down, and up. Then bring the left hand over the thigh. Both hands meet. Adjust, and open the right hand. Twist to the right. One more breath. Bring the right hand back down, and then over your head, only the right hand. Then circle the right hand to one direction and another direction. Take the left hand out, frame the front leg, push the right leg back to plank. Your choice, Chaturanga Dandasana, or all the way to the mat and baby cobra. Push forward, halfway down, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward dog. So I'm cueing the Chaturanga. You do you. Sorry, my mic fell. You guys can drink water or get off your wrists if you need to. Left leg goes up. Hold it for a breath. Bend it to your chest. Then lift the back heel, push over your wrists, and hold it here. Push the mat away, rotating the shoulders back. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Set yourself to a stable base and come to high lunge. Again, I'm opening my chest, but I'm tucking the tailbone in all the time. In fact, I think almost all poses. Open your hands, and we're going to do that micro bending down and up. So it's very subtle. I'm just pushing the heel back. Push down and up. Push down and up. But my back leg is super active. One more time. Down and up. And now bring the right hand over the left thigh. Both hands meet. Breathe and open to a twist to the left. So left hand opens up. You can help yourself to the twist by pushing the hand, the right hand, into the thigh. And bring the right hand over your head, so you're rotating your body a little bit, but then circle the hand. Just a few circles to each direction. And then unwind the hand, bring them down, frame the front leg. Left leg pushes back to plank. This time, everybody coming down to the mat on the count of 6. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release yourself to the ground. Right cheek on the mat, hands in a T. Bend the left leg, lift it a little bit, and then push it to the right side back. So you want to meet the ground with your foot. Yes, Paul, you're right in the way. And then when the leg is on the ground, try to open the knee. Try to bring the foot to the ground, no matter where. Yes. And release back to center. Switch the sides of the cheeks. Make everything slow. And then bend the right leg. Lift it up. And then push it to the left side back. So you kind of like, it's a blind movement. So you're looking the ground with your foot. Once you have it, then you open the knee a little bit. This is called scorpion stretch. Beautiful, beautiful. It's not yoga, but it's beautiful for the body. And bring it all back. Bring the hands next to your body. Engage the legs. Inhale, exhale, come to baby cobra. Everybody. This time, if you want, you can lift your legs and your hands. I like to look down. One more breath and release. Push yourself to table. Push yourself to child pose. Beautiful opportunity to drink water. I sweat a lot, so this is where I have to have a little bit of towel love. Take your time. I will wait for you. And melt down to child's pose whenever you are ready. Keep on breathing and engaging that pattern of expanding and contracting. Push yourself to table. Tuck your toes under downward dog. On your next inhale, right leg goes up. This time, bend the leg and push it back. Open the hip. Yep. If it's in your practice, you can flip the dog. We're warming up to do that. And if you flip the dog, it's a combination of opening the hip and scorpion stretch. So you bring the foot to the ground and then flip yourself. Breathe. Push with your shoulder. Yep, the left shoulder. Bring it back to three-legged dog. Lift the back heel, bend the leg and step it in between your hands. Come up to a high lunge, just as before. But on your inhale, bend the back leg, tuck the tailbone in, bend the back leg so you're lowering the knee, and then lift your hands to crescent. Lower the shoulders, tuck the tailbone in, essential. If you have healthy knees, you can bounce. If not, stay put. On your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, come to high lunge, push with your toes the opposite way than before, forward, bending the front leg, coming to warrior 3 or airplane. Breathe and dial that left hip down. Bend the standing leg, bring the left leg to meet the right, but on one leg. Yeah, I'm here. Whew. Hold it. Lean forward. That's going to activate your glutes. Open your hands or put them on your hips. And we're going to open the left leg a few times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the left leg come down, straight to chair. Breathe. Tuck the tailbone in. Now you can go to proper chair, hands in heart center chair, zombie hands, whatever. And if you're here and you want to challenge yourself, come lower. And release forward. Whoo, cha-cha-cha the legs. Pay attention to the difference. Whew. Now you can hold your hands on your thighs and cha-cha-cha. That will incorporate the spine. Or leave the hands on the ground, release the neck. And that is more for the lower back. So it's up to you. Here, I'm going to side view for the people at home. Here. And I'm moving my spine. Take your time, you guys. Or here, releasing the neck. Come to stillness in a downward fold, in a forward fold, sorry. It is downward though. On your next inhale, halfway lift hands on the shins. Exhale, hands to the mat, jump or walk to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, or your choice of baby cobra. Push forward, halfway down. Inhale, untuck your toes, come to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the dog. If you need, on your next inhale, left leg goes up, bend at the hip, and open your hip. Now you can stay here or flip the dog. If you do, make sure your glutes are pushing up as we did in the warm-up. Make sure your shoulders is over your wrist. And then stretch. Bring it back to three-legged dog. And step it in between your hands. And come to a high lunge. Stabilize yourself. You see, I move a lot. Yeah, I move a lot. I have to adjust because no one comes perfectly into a pose. Breathe. And then crescent. Bend the back knee, tuck the tailbone in. If you have healthy knees, bounce. Engaging the glutes, right? And then come back again to high lunge. Push with your toes forward, bending the front knee. Coming forward to warrior 3 or airplane. Dial that right hip down. Then bend both legs and come to that standing on one leg, the other one is bent, hands either open or on the hips. We're going to open the right leg to the side. 5, 4, tuck the tailbone. 3, 2, 1, bring it to chair. How come the chair is the rest, right? Perspective. Now, if you want, come lower. Tuck that tailbone in. Lower those shoulders. And release to a forward fold. Once again, cha-cha-cha. Or hands on your thighs. And all coming in. Lower your heart rate. Bring yourself back to the breath. And on your next inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins. Exhale, hands to the mat. Maybe jumping to plank. Six to the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Untuck your toes. Windshield your legs. You can open the hands to a T again, but keep your head centered. Breathe and reclaim your handle on the breath. And release the legs back down. So option here to come to baby cobra, come to locust with legs and hands up, or bow, whatever float your boat. But stay in bow, not boat. So inhale, come up. If you're going to bow, bend your legs and hold them, and then come up by stretching yourself up and keeping the knees together. Beautiful, Larry. And release. Push yourself to table and push yourself to child's pose. 2 big breaths here. And I always say it, you don't need to run or jump in order to have beautiful cardio activity in your heart. All back bends are heart cardio workout. The more you do them, the better your spine feels and works with your heart. So take your time coming up to hero pose. And hero pose, I'm just sitting on my heels. Some people don't like that, so if you have a yoga block, put it in between. I'm going to show the people at home here, where my hand is doing weird things, jazz hands. And if you don't have that mobility in your ankles, you can start by tucking the toes under. That's not comfortable either, but it's a work. And then untuck your toes and come to hero, just for a little bit. If you are very comfortable here, maybe move from side to side. A little bit of dancing queen, la la la. Yes, no, this is yoga. Okay, tuck your tailbone in. So I'm never here, okay? Never ever. I'm here. Roll the shoulders back. Tuck the chin in. I'm going to bring my forehead to my knees, but before, your hands can either grab your feet or the back of your sacrum. It depends on how flexible you are. I'm going to go here with my sacrum. Tuck the tailbone, the chin in, and come all the way down, rounding your back. Now, you might not get your forehead to your knees, but that's the imagery, okay? Once you're down, then you'll see that you can hold your heels here. So grab hold of your heels and bring the heels together. So this is an activation of the glutes and everything else in the legs. Bring them together. Then lift your hips up, but keep your forehead to your knees. Round the back. Rub it. Breathe and round your back even more. And release. Come to child pose. Lift those hands over your head and maybe sway from side to side. Come back to table. And some cats and cows to release the spine. So rabbit is from the Bikram series. Some people know it from there. Such a beautiful stretch. I like to wag my tail from side to side. That's always an option, to wag your tail, right? When in doubt, wag your tail. And then tuck your toes under and come back to downward dog, opening the back, which is a complementary movement to rabbit, because you're opening and straightening your back without curving it. Right leg goes up on your inhale. Lift the back heel, bend the leg, step it in between your hands. Lower the heel down and come on up to warrior two. Now I'm going to switch sides. My feet are in a T. My front knee stacked over the heel. My hips pushing forward, my shoulders back, but I'm tucking the tailbone in. That's exactly that monoblock I was talking about. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior, left hand does whatever. One breath here, don't move your legs. Keep on pushing them into the mat. Exhale, warrior two. Bring your forearm to your front thigh. Open it up to side angle. Left hand to the sky. Push those hips forward all the time. and shoulders back. If you need more, you can lift that left hand off your thigh. And on your exhale, come on back to warrior two. Flip, not flip, but rotate the foot to be parallel to the left. Take a deep breath and rest. Hands can be in a T or on your hips. Bring those heels a little bit inward, but don't come to goddess. And then bend the right leg to side lunge, leaving the left foot on the mat, and then take it to the other side. Now, if you need more, you can do what Corina is doing, which is going all the way down to the mat, or push those hips back a little bit, forward your body onto the ground, make it parallel, open the hands to a T, and just bend from side to side. The key ingredient here is knees go to the same direction as your toes, and feet are on the ground, unless you're going all the way down. A few more times to each side, maybe here, and then come back up. Bring those feet to be parallel to each other. Open your hands to a T. Point the right leg to the front. Come back to warrior two. Now, a little trick that I like to do. We're going to cartwheel the back leg and the back hand to meet the front to a standing, but do it gracefully. So, whoop. Just sit stilly. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come to plank anyhow you want. Tuck your toes under. We're going to touch with our hand the opposite shoulder. So right hand touching left shoulder, left hand touching right shoulders. Okay? You can lower your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and down to the mat. Relax, no back bends here. Just windshield your legs and enjoy the mini shavasana on your belly. You can bring your hands to a pillow under your forehead while windshielding the legs. Just breathe. When you are all set, and I mean all set, so take your time. Push to table, tuck your toes under, and push to downward dog. On your next inhale, left leg goes up. Lift the back heel and step it in between your hands, lowering the back heel, coming up to warrior two with the left leg in the front. So once again, align everything. So the feet are in a T, my hips pushing forward, but my body is open to the side. Once I have this, I look to the front. Beautiful. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. 2 breaths here. Right hand does whatever. Maybe around your back. Just an option. 1 more deep breath. And on your exhale, bring it back to warrior 2. So once again, pay attention to your front knee. So it's not swaying. Bring your left forearm to your thigh. Open the right hand to the sky. Oh, guys, I'm starting to rhyme. 2 breaths here. 2. Lower the shoulders. Push the hips forward. If you need more, bring that Left hand up, over. Yes, Larry. You guys are warriors. And bring it back to warrior 2. This time, straightening the left leg and bringing the left foot to be parallel to the right. Take a deep breath. Come back to the yoga. Hands in a T or on your hips, your choice. I like to just round my shoulders a little bit, forward and back. And on your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, open your hands up and come on all the way down, hinging from the hips, containing your core. And once you are down, your hands can be either in the middle, so you're pushing yourself away. You're not collapsing and engaging those hips. Or you can grab hold of your legs. Wherever you can is fine. And then the same thing we did in the forward fold in the beginning of the class. On your inhale, you push those hips up, never locking the knees. And then on your exhale, you push your head down. Let gravity hold you. So you're basically shifting your weight onto your toes. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. It's very tempting to crunch them up. You don't want to do that. And release all tension. Bring the hands to the center, both hands in between your hands, and then walk them forward. So I'm going to give, is that the folks at home can see me. So I hope you can too, guys in the studio. So more or less here, it's like a downward dog, but with my feet open. And then push back exactly as we do in downward dog. Don't lock the knees, you guys. Release the head. Roll those shoulders back. And then bend your elbows, bringing the forearms to the ground. Then push those elbows up and the forearms up. And bend and extend. Now all through this movement, you're tucking your tailbone and you're opening your shoulder blades. Just keep on doing it. We are so lucky. Our shoulders are warmed up and are getting stronger. So 1 or 2 more times of this, and then walk the hands back. Engage the core. Open your hands and come all the way up. Bring those heels inward. Come to goddess. Just for a split moment. Open your hands. So what I mean by that is your hands are as if you have a tray on your hands, and then open them up. But don't curve. Keep the tailbone in. Yes. Now here you can mudra. You can do a mudra. It's not a verb, sorry. And inhale, come all the way up. And open up again to warrior 2 with the left leg pointing to the front. Back leg, back hand, graceful dance. Be silly, my friends. Beautiful. Take a minute to drink. Take a minute to do whatever you need to do. I'm checking my time. We did some balancing, but we're going to do one pose of balance, which I really, really like. Tree pose. So you take it wherever you want to be. Circle your hips just a little bit to reset them. We have so many problems with our hips. They're rotated forward, backwards. Tuck the tailbone in every time you stand, every time you drive. That will help for the alignment, especially ladies that have that expansion and thingy-majigga with kids and whatnot. Sufficient to say that. So shift your weight onto the left leg. Root it in. Then left leg bends. Again, remember, tucking, don't flare, roll shoulders, open your hands. And then open the leg a few times. And here are the stations of tree. You can stay here. This is beautiful. Just engage the glutes, okay? Or shin. And you can go through the stations. Open the knee to the side. That's the key ingredient. And if you can't do it here, do it here. Maybe you need your toes on the ground. Work it up. Or bring it to the inside of your thigh. And then hands to either heart center or up. In steeple or prayer up. Engage the glutes. Be a tree. You guys have a beautiful energy. And release. Beautiful energy, you guys. I have goosebumps, actually. And circle those hips again. Only if you want to, right? I like it, but maybe you don't. And shift it to the left. Make again all those small adjustments which will allow you to grow. The bigger the roots, the stable the tree. So open and close that right leg. Maybe stay here. Look at something that is not moving. Maybe you come to the shin, open that knee. So this is such a beautiful tree, you guys. Just never put your leg on the knee. And if you are stable and your glutes are working, bring that leg in to the inside of your thigh and do whatever you need to do with your hands. Maybe heart center, maybe tree proper. Ooh, almost came out of it. And breathe. And release. And again, if you need just a little bit, and if you're not, by my calculations, you're supposed to be in the mid section, but if you're not, then come to the mid section. Bring the feet to the sides of your mat, so mat width apart. Bring those heels inward, and we're going to come down to a yogi squat. Now, two ways. If this is not in your practice, wait, I'll show you the other way. It has to do with ankle mobility. So, pushing the knees the same direction as the toes, always. Bring your weight to the outside of your feet while doing it. So my arch is really high. And then push hips back and down. Okay? If this is not in your practice, come to table. Tuck your toes under and walk the hands back. Lift the knees. Open the knees and lift those heels up. Okay? It's probably ankle mobility problems, and we all have them. Push with your elbows in the inside of your hips. Grow taller from your hips up. Do not crunch down. And activate those glutes. So my butt is really crunched here. I'm not releasing. This is not a releasing pose. One more breath. And now release everything. Bring the bum to the ground. Shoot those legs forward. And just as we did in the beginning, just a little bit of a stretch. Your choice here, either straight back, which is this, or round back, which is this. If you are straightening your back, you are working the lower back and the hamstrings more. If you are rounding your back, you are opening the mid back as well, okay? That's the difference. And come on back up. Bring the feet together. Flip, flip, flip. If this is not comfortable to you, you can always do this and support the leg. You will build an opening of the hip. But if you do this, rotate, okay? If you need, and you're a bendy type, Corina, come all the way down, extending yourself forward, pushing those hips to the sides. Beautiful stretch for the hip flexors. It feels good on the IT band, but IT bands and ligaments don't stretch. If they do, it's an injury, so you don't want that. Come on back up. Release the legs forward. Bend the right leg to the inside, or your choice if you are a bendy type and you like it over your thigh. If the front leg straight forward is not in your practice, do this for stabilizing yourself. The key component, 2 sitting bones on the ground. Okay? Good. Bring the left hand to hug the leg, the standing up leg. Again, pay attention to your sitting bones. Right hand behind you and twist. What a beautiful form I see here in front of me. Keep pushing that core forward. So don't collapse back. Grow up, okay? No, grow taller. That's what I wanted to say. Grow taller and then grow up. And on your exhale, twist. Take your time, pace yourself in this twist. Such a healthy twist. And slowly, slowly transition, ease a pose. Come back and switch the legs. So left leg either in the inside, that's beautiful, or the outside, or bend the leg to whatever configuration you need. Then hug the leg with your right hand, set it up, and twist. Take your time. We're here for 4 full breaths. On the inhale, straighten your back. The crown of your head is pulling you up to the ceiling. On your exhale, maybe open your chest a little bit more, but keep those shoulders down. Two more full breaths. Make it count and have fun releasing. And come back. Slowly as can be, you guys. I'm gonna move around. Open the legs to the width of the mat. And we're going to do 3 little sets of boat. Straightening your back is essential, tucking the tailbone in. First of all, lower those shoulders, don't flare the rib cage. Then lean back as if you have a chair you're looking for. That's it. You can stay here. Hands can be under your legs or to the sides. You need more, you lift those legs. But pay attention that your body is not changing while you do that. Because if it is, leave them on the ground. You have to stabilize your lower back first. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet together. Flap, flap, flap. 2 more sets. And it gets harder a little bit, but that's it. Then we're on the ground. Bear with me. Set it up. Core engagement. Lean back. Hands can be here. Lift the legs. This time, maybe straightening them. I like to roll around. It helps me not concentrate on my core. But you do you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. That was a joke for all the people in the studio. So Spanish is my first language, and in my head I count in Spanish. Alrighty, last one. So the setup is a bit different. You can stick with what you saw or comfortable. If not, this is the second or the other way to come to this. So grab your feet. Now, once you grab your feet, you engage the core. I can't even express. I don't think there's a word for how much my core is engaged now. Roll back and forth. This will, you see how I'm not moving? It's because my core is completely engaged. Then straighten your legs. And this, I'm not going to count. You do you. Engage the core. And I'm trembling like crazy, you guys. And release. That's it, folks. Release yourself down to the mat. You did it. Maybe stretch yourself because we worked on the core so much. So hands over your head, a big, big stretch. And release. Then maybe bring your legs into your chest, bend them, give yourself a big hug. And my favorite asana of them all, rolling from side to side because it's free massage. And then release the left foot to the mat, and the leg is bent. And then the right leg sits on top of the left thigh. So figure 4. Now you can stay here. Use a block, the water bottle, or whatever to open up that right thigh, pushing it open. Or you can push the left leg into your chest. If you need a visual, just look at the mirror, you'll see me. If you are here and this is pretty easy for you, you can interlace your fingers on your shin, on your left shin, and pull even more. Some people like to straighten their left leg, so it will look like this. Or some people like to come to full pigeon, and you know who you are. This is reclined pigeon, so the intention is to open the hip. And if you are here, let your shoulders rest. One more breath. And release the left leg to the ground. Drop your legs as is to the right. Open your hands to a T. So if this is not your happy place, you can modify to both legs, one on top of the others, bent to the right side. Whatever it is that makes this stretch completely relaxed. I have to remind myself to roll the shoulders back. And then Take it to the other side slowly, using your core, lifting the legs up, and then dropping them to the left. And once again, if this constellation of the legs is not comfortable, then put one leg on top of the other. And then play with it. Where is the angle that will allow you to open the right side with no stress? Then bring it all back, slowly engaging the core. And the way I think of it is I'm trying to glue my lower back to the mat first, and then release the left leg. Take the right leg on top of the left thigh. And again, stations. So station number 1, just open your hip here. Station number 2, you push the leg into your chest while opening the hip. And if you need more, you pull in by interlacing your fingers on the shin. Keep that foot flexed. Roll the shoulders down, and if you need, you can straighten your leg and grab hold of your leg. If you did pigeon, enjoy your pigeon on the ground. And bend the right leg if it's straight. Release if it's on your chest. Bring it to the mat. Open your hands to a T and drop the legs to the left first. Side. The right side opening. And the challenge here is to breathe and to see, what else can I let go of? Am I crunching my shoulders, my glutes? Deepening your stretches happens without stress. If you have stress, there is no progress. Engage the core again. Bring those legs up and then drop them to the other side, to the right side again. If leg upon leg is not easy or comfortable, then put leg on top of a leg, not knee on top of a heel. As I said before, adjust. And then bring yourself back to center. Release the legs to the ground and position yourself in Shavasana. Let everything drop to the mat. Bring your attention back to the breath. Oops, sorry. Let your body find its comfort by letting the ground hold you. And surrender. One of my pivoting moments in childhood was learning that walking is just objecting the fall. We are geared to connect to the ground and let it hold us. So let yourself fall onto the ground and breathe with it. Big breath, everybody. And let it go. One more time. Big breath in. And let it go. And start moving your toes and your fingers, wiggling the littlest of muscles, engaging back into your body. And when you're ready, push yourself to one side. And then back up to a seated position. Now your choice is to stay on your backs if that's where you want to be. If you are up, face me. I want to thank you, people at home and people in the studio, for practicing with me. It is always, always a pleasure. We're going to finish the practice with the sound of Om. So you do you with your hands, either on your heart, heart center, or open. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then Om. Namaste. Have a great day, you guys. You're welcome so much.